Hey, what's going on, guys? Tower number 9 here. I am back with a new computer, and today we're going to be discussing the Tech plus DJ combo that we've seen in Shadows of the Galaxy. Let's get right to it. So DJ Blatant Thief is a 3-cost legendary cunning unit from Shadows of the Galaxy. He is a 3/5 with the Underworld trait, and he has Smuggle for 7. If you smuggle him, he also is double cunning instead of just single cunning. And when played using Smuggle, take control of an enemy resource. When this unit leaves play, that resource's owner takes control of it. So essentially, you get to steal an opponent's resource and hang on to it until DJ leaves play. That's really good. But the opponent can get it back. So if they defeat DJ, they get their resource back. And DJ also smuggles pretty late. 7 is a lot, requires double yellow to work. So while this is strong, I don't think it's necessarily been like completely ripping it up. And double yellow decks could run it, but it might be later. It might come out later than you want. However, there are some ways around these downsides that are now surfacing, and we're going to look at how to get DJ out faster and prevent the resource from returning in order to really disrupt your opponent. Let's take a look. So Tech Source of Insight is one big part of this combo. So Tech grants your resources Smuggle, and his cost is just 3, but he makes the friendly resources gain Smuggle with their cost being 2 plus their aspect icons. And that's the thing that's really interesting, because DJ's aspect icon is only cunning. He has to have double cunning when paying for Smuggle with the normal cost, but if you use Tech, you can actually play DJ for just 5 and with a single cunning icon. And all of a sudden, that's looking way better, because playing DJ and smuggling him out with the alternate cost from Tech, paying only 5 resources for it means that all of a sudden you can actually prevent your some opponent's leaders from deploying by doing this, because you take a resource away before they deploy and set them back. And so that can be pretty scary, and that's a decent combo on its own. And it also provides you with a way to deal with the stolen resource. So once you've stolen that resource, if the opponent defeats DJ, they get it back. But if you use Tech's ability to smuggle out whatever card you stole, now if DJ is defeated, the opponent isn't going to get that back. So it's going to be kind of a permanent setback for them. Now, that being said, that's going to take some time, because you're going to have Tech out. Then you smuggle out DJ. That probably takes your whole turn, and then if you get to the next turn, maybe you get to smuggle out the card, but maybe the card that you took ends up being an expensive card that you can't play, and the opponent can still defeat DJ and get the card back. It could happen. So, however, there's some ways to make this combo even stronger. So let's go on and look at Han Solo, Audacious Smuggler, classic leader from from Spark of Rebellion, and he offers 2 great options for this combo. So first, you can use his ability here to create a temporary resource to get DJ out faster. So you can plausibly, turn 1 you do whatever, turn 2 you play Tech. Turn 3, you could use Han's ability. Now you have 5 resources instead of just 4, and that means that you can smuggle out DJ immediately using the cost reduction that you get by having Tech out. And at the start of the next action phase, defeat a resource you control. You can use that to defeat the resource that you stole, which now means that even if your opponent defeats DJ, they're not getting their resource back. So this works super well with this combo, and it's just very, very synergistic and strong. Also, when you do that, you go up to 6 resources, which means now you get to deploy Han and, put more pressure on your opponent. So that I think is just really good. Now, also, if you were playing double yellow Han, you could also just do Han's normal 5, 6, 7 combo. So that's where you start on 5 resources, you use Han's leader ability to go to 6, you deploy Han, and then you attack with Han, and his leader unit side gives you another temporary resource, bringing you up to 7. So you can do that to do the 5, 6, 7 combo, and then DJ for 7, even if you don't have Tech, if you are running double yellow Han. But I think the Tech version of the combo is significantly stronger, and overall it's very synergistic. This is the leader that I would recommend using if you're trying to play with this combo. There is another leader that can also work with it, so let's take a look at that. That's going to be Lando Calrissian with Impeccable Taste. So this is a new leader from the Shadows of the Galaxy set, and he as an action can play a card using Smuggle, which costs 2 less, and then you defeat a resource resource you own and control. So this ability also lets you bring tech out faster. I'm sorry, I said tech out faster. It lets you bring DJ out faster. So again, you could do whatever turn 1, turn 2 you're going to play tech, and then turn 3 you can use Lando's ability to bring out DJ. And steal a resource to replace the one that you defeat from using the ability, so you don't even end up with that downside. However, there is a major problem, which is Lando's ability can't be used to defeat the stolen resource. His ability says a resource that you own and control, not just a resource that you control, like Han's ability says. So as a result, even if you use this ability again after you've already stolen the resource, you can't use it to defeat the stolen resource and deny it to your opponent. Now, you could still use it with tech. You could use Lando's ability or whatever and smuggle that card out yourself and thereby prevent the opponent from getting it back, but you don't have that really easy way to just cleanly defeat it. And for that reason, I think it's overall not quite as synergistic as with Han, because Han has a built-in way to clear that resource very easily, and Lando doesn't. However, I still think it could probably work, especially if you're using tech and you smuggle out whatever card that you took, but it's a little dependent on the card that you took being cheap. And because some people resource more expensive cards early, that might not be something that you actually get to do. However, the stolen resource does help with Lando's downside of defeating a resource when you use his discount. So I do think it's possible that we'll see some Lando decks that are using this combo as well, but at least to me, the Han version of it seems to be stronger. Now, so this is a pretty scary combo. I've had this done against me and just gotten into a very bad situation as a result. In that game, in fact, I think I conceded pretty quickly when I realized I was not going to be able to stop what was going on. I saw it coming, and I tried to get him by putting the Dark Saber on a unit that could potentially clear out Tech or DJ, but they waylaid it, and I was in a very bad position. So turn 1, you do whatever, doesn't really matter. Turn 2, you play Tech. Turn 3, you use Han or Lando to play DJ for 5 resources thanks to Tech's discount. Then with Han, you'll be at 6 resources, so you can deploy Han and swing, and then you can discard the stolen resource to Han's ability, meaning that even if your opponent clears DJ, they're not going to get it back. And then alternatively, you could use Tech or Lando to play the stolen resource via smuggle, and if you can do this, your opponent's going to be way behind. Pretty straightforward and pretty strong. Actually, very strong in my opinion. But there are some counters, and let's get into those. So the easiest counter is to just defeat Tech or DJ as soon as possible. So they both have 5 HP, so this is not incredibly easy, but, let's say, if you're playing Tarkin Town, you could use Daring Raid, that's 2 damage, and then Tarkin Town, clear him. A unit hit with 2 or more power plus Tarkin Town would also set that up. Force Choke is a direct answer, so Force Choke just does 5 damage. That can just immediately kill Tech or DJ. Takedown is also a direct answer, again, just immediately kills Tech or DJ. If you can defeat Tech, DJ can't be played immediately because they're relying on this discount to be able to play DJ instead of playing him at 7. And if you can defeat DJ quickly, you just get your resource back, so they may have done the combo to no avail. So these are things these are things that you should consider if you're playing against this. Having these options to potentially stop the combo seem quite relevant to me. And another thing that you can do is deploy your leader fast if the combo threatens the deployment. So let's say that let's say that you think the opponent is about to combo off and you're on 5 resources. Let's say you're both on 5 resources, they didn't have it at first or whatever. And you have a leader that deploys on 5 resources. Well, if you see this coming, you might want to deploy your leader that turn if you don't have an immediate way to kill DJ, because if they do the combo, you now might not have the resource you need to deploy that leader. And furthermore, getting your leader out also gives you another unit that you can use to attack Tech and or DJ and try to clear things out. So it's definitely not an uncounterable combo, but you'll want to have some way to interact with these units and either defeat Tech to prevent them from doing this in the first place, or defeat DJ quickly so that you get your resource back before they have a chance to mess with it further. Okay, so that's the Tech DJ combo, and it is one that I think is going to see a fair bit of play. So I know there are some other content creators that have discussed this, that have discussed decks using this. I believe there was a Bobby Sapphire video. I believe that Thork was discussing this also actually earlier today. That is, I think the Bobby Sapphire one came out first. But I think this is something that other people have definitely found. I've had it played against me, in the wild, so to speak. And I think this is an important one to know about and to be aware of and potentially think about how to counter. So yeah, that's gonna about do it for this one, guys. Thanks to y'all for watching. If you have any thoughts on this combo, like other ways to do it more efficiently, maybe, or ways that you can potentially counter it that I didn't mention it, I'd be curious. But yeah, other than that, that's gonna about do it. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back later with some more Star Wars Unlimited content. I will catch you guys later.